That's not really. Some that, yeah. Right, well, it's 4 nights. That's the night thing.
Okay. Well, you got to hear behind the scenes what's going on over here. I'm going to put my video up pretty soon. I just wanted to say, um, really, right now, I was supposed to do this last night with three people, but I wasn't doing so great. So I thought I'd do at least get my favorite music of 2021, put it on video so everyone can see what music has been floating around in my head over the course of 2021. I'm looking forward to 2022 with where I predict we're going to have a lot more. I think close to maybe double the amount of releases that we had in 2021. I think we're going to have double or close to double in 2022. And I'm looking forward to having some guests on my show in January. I think I'm going to have Paul Manel, who used to sing for IQ in the mid 80s to almost late 80s, around 1990, around there. So I'm going to have him hopefully on the January 2nd, trying to figure out how we're going to do this because he has some issues with Zoom in his area. You know, I don't know the technical stuff, so I'm not sure what's going on, but we'll figure it out. It'd be really interesting to talk to him about, you know, his time with IQ, because there's a lot of great songs that he did. I mean, the more radio friendly, I would say, like No Love Lost, Promises, things like that. And then when then the more progressive stuff like Nomzamo and Human Nature, Falling Apart at the Seams, you know, War Inch. I mean, who knows what would have happened if he would continue, but I digress. You know, we'll talk to him about that. And plus, he's put out quite a few solo albums since leaving IQ. So definitely we'll be talking about that. So it is now close to 3 p.m. And that's when I'm going to start the show, and you get to see me. There I am. Okay. So I divided this thing into 3 groups, so to speak. I have new releases that my favorite ones. Now, in no way is this a best of. I've never liked doing that because it's, you know, my tastes are different from other people. So I don't agree with best ofs, to be honest. And then I'm going to talk about a few CDs that are new to me, bands that are new to me that I favorite ones over the course of 2021 that I picked up. I do have a lot of stuff back here up on top that I did accumulate in 2021, with the exception of the Genesis box set, the Bruford one, way back here, the Daemonia, the Queen ones, and I think that's about it. You know, everything else was probably picked up in 2021. So those are good stuff too. But I had so many things that I could have talked about. Now it's like what do you call it? Let's just start with with the new releases that frequent my my headphones. And I'll start off this one, Evership. The Uncrowned King Act I. And I guess they would this is their third album. Now Act II is probably coming out sometime next year. Don't know exactly when, but stay tuned to it. These guys have an epicness to it. Even on some of the shorter songs, it just has a very grand thing. It reminds me of some of the how some of the bands, even the non-prog bands, kind of had some epic tunes. Like with bands like Styx, for example. I mean, they had some epic sounding tunes. I mean, regardless of whether they're prog or not, they were a good band. So I do hear a little bit of other prog bands in it, but it's originality and the vocalist. Oh my God, this guy has got such powerful voice. This is it really it's just amazing. This is what I would have to say. But the ones I'm talking about are things that I would recommend getting if you haven't already got. Put this down. Next one, going for a heavy vibe, is that new double album from Mastodon, Hushed and Grim. My goodness, this band just really outdid themselves. I mean, it's heavier. I mean, I love listening to it in my car. You get the rumble bass drum and the bass, and it's like it feels like a tank. And they do touch a little bit on some prog in a way. I mean, not like traditional stuff, but I would say modern day stuff. Next one up is Octarine Sky. This is a project of a side project of Potter's Daughter. This is it's a little more on the heavy side. The drums are a little more prominent because of Simon Phillips. He does a fantastic job here. And let's see. At times, it reminds me, I'll have to say, of ELP. Just in the instrumentation, but just modern. I mean, almost as if like what they would sound like today. And then, of course, you have Diane's vocals, just beautiful vocals. Next up is a band called Rain. This features two ex-IQ members, John Jowett and Andy Edwards. And this is fantastic. I got to talk to John about this and, got the little note. This is really good. I mean, nice, modern sounding progressive rock. I'm not trying to emulate what came before them. They're trying to create something new. And that's what I really love about bands nowadays that do that. I mean, I kind of think there's like two camps of the way bands can go. They can not really copy, but what do you call it? Emulate their heroes, reproduce what their heroes did. I mean, showing off their musicianship. I mean, that's fantastic. And then you got bands that go, okay, that's what came before. Now I want to do something that's new or newer. So that's what Rain kind of falls under, And next up, is 3.2, Robert Berry's band project. I'm not exactly sure how we classify it. I mean, live, it's a band, and this is the ending of a trilogy that started way back in the late 1980s with Three, when Keith Emerson, Carl Palmer, and Robert Berry created. They couldn't really do ELP anymore, so rather than using letters, I guess they decided to go with the number 3, and then 3.2, it was just a continuation of it. Robert Berry just basically took it, and amazing. I mean, like I've said before, previous videos, you swear that the spirit of Keith Emerson is right in here. I mean, I'm not saying that Robert Berry's is taking over for that. I'm just saying you feel the spirit right in here, and it's almost like he's from the great beyond, basically touching upon it and saying, "Hey, you know, here we go." Next up, I like to. The next category is new to me. Now, these are albums that are new to me, whether it's a band that I've never had in my collection before, or one that I just got on CD after many years of having it on cassette. But I have to say, most of these are brand new to me. Going back to a band named Japan, Quiet Life. Now, when I heard this, I swear to God, you know, and no disrespect, I thought I was listening to a more artsy Duran Duran, and I loved it. You know, I have another one called Tin Drum, and I want to thank my friend Charles Alvarez for recommending it to me, because that's amazing. I mean, another great CD to listen to in your car. You know, you just got a bass thumping and going. Oh, amazing, amazing. Next up is a newer band from my, I wouldn't say hometown, but my area where I grew up in Los Angeles. A band named Lobate Scarp. I found these guys on Instagram. A lot of my friends were talking about them, and so okay, I got the CDs. There's the CD and then an EP. And just before I go on, it's like they got a new one that you can pre-order, and it will be out on February 2nd. So, like their little ad said, be on 2/2/22. So this is another great modern prog band. I mean, doesn't sound like anyone else. So, I mean, I love when bands go outside the box and not copy what their peers are doing. They have their own sound, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Next one up is a rather newer band, but then now they morphed into another one. I'm gonna hope I can pronounce this, Synaesthesia. You know, sorry if I mispronounce it, but now they're known as Kairos. Shelby and Robin, I spoke with them recently, and this is fantastic. I mean, it starts off with a 21-minute epic. I mean, the whole album's epic. It had it kind of stays a little bit neo-prog, but a little bit of some alternate soundy band. You know, it's one of those great new bands that are absolutely fantastic. I mean, I do need to get the Kairos CDs. So, but you know, it's like so many CDs out there, and too little money. But I eventually get these albums. Last for my new to me pile is this box set of the Tubes. Now I have heard only of their '80s hits. You know, the ones that are on MTV. You know, She's a Beauty, and you know, and so I just happen to have a credit on my Amazon account. So this only cost me $20, and to get, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums for $20. I mean, you can't beat that. And the music is fantastic. I mean, great glam rock, quirky. I mean, some of the, you know, like that one song, White Punks on Dope. You know, if you haven't seen the video, I mean, there's several videos out there on YouTube, but there's one where he has a wardrobe malfunction, and it's to me it's hilarious. I mean, some people would be disgusted by it, but I thought it was hilarious. But each of these albums are fantastic, and again, any of these ones that I spoke about so far, if you don't have them in your collection, I would strongly recommend it. Now for the last pile. This is my the reissues that came out that I got a hold of that I really liked. First up is Discipline, unfolded like staircase. This was originally released in 1997, and I love the music. I mean, it's just great music. I mean, just dark and moody and atmospheric. But there was always something a little wrong with it, you know, but not enough to make it you know, to ruin the experience. But when Mark Monforti did a campaign to get this remix by Terry Brown, and it was when it was released. I think it was also released on an album. So this thing, it took what was, in my opinion, a masterpiece, and it elevated it tenfold. You know, that's my opinion about it. I mean, I love listening to it. It's what it was truly supposed to sound like. Next up, this is a band that I always heard about. So it kind of falls a little bit in the new to me category, but Gentle Giant, Freehand. Now this is one of those reissues that Stephen Wilson did. You know, I know there's other ones that he's did, but this one just came out, you know, 2021. So I pre-ordered it and got it in my hand, and I really like it. I mean, I just been hearing for years about Gentle Giant, so I took the plunge. I also have one called 3-Piece Suite, which is kind of like a compilation of the first couple albums. I think I don't remember the reasoning behind doing the compilation. Something to do with source tapes or something. I mean, you can comment down below if you know the real story, because you know it's nice to have the real story. But really good stuff. I'm enjoying it. Next up is, I did have these before, but when they announced that they were going to do a box set that also had a live DVD in it, I jumped at the chance. This is Kevin Gilbert's band from the '80s. Fantastic. This guy, I mean, in most of the prog community, he's known as a genius. You know, he left us too soon. And who, I mean, he probably would have, you know, it's like the sky's the limit as to what he could have done musically. But he left us with a lot of great music, you know, Giraffe, Toy Matinee, Thud, Shaming of the True, you know, Caveat, you know, that's a bizarre one too. But this, I just had to pick this up, and it, I mean, I didn't know about them until when Kevin played with Giraffe at ProgFest '94 doing The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. Kind of a shortened version of it. I think they did it in 45 minutes, and you know, he kind of had some narration going on just so people, you know, to get the story going. But he stuck with the core of the album. And the next one I have up here, it's an interesting release. It's Eddie Jobson, Zinc, the Green Album, and it's doubled up with his theme of secrets. Now I gotta admit, I haven't listened to this that much. I mean, I know it's more of his new age stuff, but I absolutely love this. I mean, totally, you know, a full-on 80s sound, and he's, you know, dare I say, he did sound more in the realm of John Anderson and Trevor Horn. He just fit right in that area, you know. But and what's cool about this one is not only does it have the two albums, it has it on both of the albums, the 5.1 mix on Blu-ray. And honestly, it takes, again, it takes a great album and it elevates it. Amazing. And next one up is a band that I got into in the mid 80s when their hit was playing on MTV, Kaylee. And so I got into their other stuff, and I did pre-order and picked up Fugazi. I also recently just got the first one album, Script for a Jester's Cheer. I'm trying to get Misplaced Childhood, but everywhere I see it, it's upwards of $150 and more. And I honestly, I mean, I love that album, but it's not worth that much. But it's just amazing. It has the proper album. It has live album done in two discs, and then it has a Blu-ray which has the album, documentary, audio extras, and it really, again, it elevates the sound. I mean, it's not quite as muddy as I believe. You remember the few years back they did where is it? They did, remember when Ian and I did this thing, this series, the 24-bit remaster plus bonus disc, and I'm still holding on to this because, you know, there's some things I don't need duplicates of, but I think I want to keep this, you know, for a collector's item, because I have the one where on the spine, each one from the first album up to Rate of Sunlight. I mean, each one has the letter on the spine for Marillion, so I think I hold on to those. Maybe one day all those albums will be on these deluxe versions, and I might, you know, as a collector's item for true collectors, you know, sell it to a true collector, because, you know, I really don't have enough room. I mean, I got CDs stacked up, and here I really like to have it a little more uniform, and just like that. I just like things easy to grab and know exactly where. That's why, if you notice, I got the letters. You know, I'm sure there's some people that just stick their CDs wherever, and that's cool. You know, that's cool. But well, that is my thing with for 2021. I mean, there was a ton more stuff, and I just wanted to focus on the ones that were getting regular rotation. Again, it's not a best of thing. So these 15 CDs that I spoke about are not a best of. It's just ones that get to my ear first. Again, I am looking forward to 2022. I really am. I think musically it's going to be a big year. So I mean, it'll be I think it's gonna be, and I'm hoping, I mean, I won't, but I'm hoping for people that are taking the chance to go out to see concerts that they're doing it safely, and I hope there's a lot more out there for them to go and watch. I'm optimistic, sort of, about how 2022 is going to be for people. I mean, I want it, with all my heart. I want things to get back to how they were before the pandemic, where people go out and enjoy a concert or a movie or something like that in crowds and not feel like, what if the guy, this is my thought. What if the guy or the girl or the person next to me, what if they're not wearing a mask? That's just me. So I'm hoping maybe 2023 is going to be the year where everything is going to be a little bit back to normal. I'm just hoping. I really am. For the people that are playing at Rossfest this year, I wish them all the best. Have fun, be safe, be healthy. I know within the prog community, we tend to stay on the safe side. We tend to do that. A majority of my friends have both fully vaccinated and boosted. And I don't want this to be one of those videos that tells you what to do. All I can say is don't, think of your family members, the ones that are elderly, disabled, immunocompromised, things like that. Think about them, and hey, give them a gift. And it really, and you're not going to get 5G or any of that bullshit. It just hurts for a while, and then you get some side effects. I got it. Nothing that earth shattering that it caused me to go to the hospital. But again, I'm hoping and praying that 2022 is going to be the beginning of normality. So again, I want to thank everybody that's been on my show all year. I mean, I did a thank you video. You can see that on my YouTube channel. I did a thank you video to them. I know that as the world is opening up a little bit more, it's going to be a little more difficult for me to get guests. But I'll get at least 2 a month. I think at least 2 a month would be pretty nice. And then hopefully I was really thinking of doing a roundtable. This originally was supposed to be a roundtable with 3 other people, but I want to do a roundtable different topics, at least one a month. And, anyone that's interested in joining in, I got to figure out what in January towards, I like to do the shows on Sundays, if at all possible. So I think the last Sunday of January might do something about around this same time. I'll figure out a topic, something good, do a little research, so I check and see if no one else has done this topic yet on YouTube, because I don't want to be a copycat. I want to have it something different, fresh. And what else? Oh, let's see, right now, we got 2 more days and then it's 2022. So now, if you're going to go out on New Year's Eve, be safe. I mean, normally be safe, because if you're in the bigger cities, there's a lot of wackos out there. That. LA, Chicago, New York, Miami, San Francisco, all those places, big cities, Austin, Dallas, all those places, can get a little crazy, especially on New Year's Eve. People think that they can do anything. And, just be good to your fellow person, fellow human, and have fun. And I hope to see you next year. Bye for now.